Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to SOAR again. We just want to have a check in moment. So, we're calling today, Let's Check In. And I'm so grateful to be joined by my wonderful, amazing cousin, Rosa Jones. I'm in Atlanta. She
Hi.
is in Lansing. And we're coming to you, Chicago, America, the world, whoever is watching. Just to
Yeah,
check in to see how everybody's doing. Rosa, can you believe we're in the ninth month of
I can.
2022?
And the middle of the month.
In the listen, it is the 17th of September. I cannot believe it. I feel like
Yeah.
we were just saying Happy New Year to everybody. And so
Yep.
we're grateful to be here today. I know it's been a while since you've seen our faces on this platform. And we wanted to come in just to check and see how everybody's doing. Not just to check and see how you're doing, but to give you some tips and some things that we feel work for us. And maybe you can share with us. So do us a favor. Just speak in the chat. We're trying to see something. Let us know you're watching and let us know where you're watching from. So, okay, that's the instructions. There's a reason behind us asking, Rosa. I hope everybody will take advantage of it. So tell us hello and tell us where you're watching from. And so, Rosa, before we get started on today, I just want to welcome anybody that's new to our platform and give them just some information. Hello, Thizelle. How are you? I miss you. I miss you. And I think we want to remember that name, Rosa. We want to remember that
Okay.
name.
Yep.
Okay. So we want to just welcome everybody, give you some insight on what's going on with SOAR, again, who we are and what we do. SOAR, again, is a non-for-profit organization based out of the Chicagoland area, but not only for Chicago. So our purpose and our mission is to help people start over. Starting over, access is restored. Sometimes people feel like if they make mistakes or if they fall out, that's it. And I'm here to tell you, it's just like a car that just needs a battery jump. We're here to give you a jump with your battery. If you want to know more about us, all you have to do is visit our website, which is SOAR again, NFP.com. That NFP stands for non for profit. So if you ever forget it, just know that it's SOAR again, NFP.com. And then also, I want to just take a moment just to share with people some of the things that we have in store or what we're working on right now, and just again some more information about what we got going on with SOAR. We got a fundraiser coming up, and you guys can visit our website if you think that you will be willing to help us raise funds to do great things. We've done some amazing things, and actually I want to show you if I can ever get my mouse to do what I need it to do. Just show everybody some of the stuff that we've done just this year. And even since the pandemic, Rosa, we've been able to help people with wellness, welfare, wisdom, and we're welcoming people through poetry in the park. Let the music move you and let the music move you. We were grateful to be able to give out a scholarship just a couple of weeks ago, brunch bites, and we have given back. And for Mother's Day, Father's Day, we have purchased sports uniforms. We've given gifts to essential workers. We've given out, I think, 3 or 4 scholarships or grants to college students, food giveaways, book bag giveaways. We've celebrated and been able to have our partners nominate a family that needed help during the holidays, and they really needed it. And we've also gone into nursing homes and played bingo with the seniors. And I didn't know how important that was, Rosa, until we got there, and they were so excited.
Oh,
It broke my heart to leave them. And it even, just to see where life had brought people and we were able to bring them some joy was just really amazing. So if you want to partner with us on any of the things that we are doing, take a picture of this QR code. Or again, you can visit our website, soaragainnfp.com, starting over, access restored, and you can partner with us through your time, through your resources. However, just know that we are good ground to sow into. All right. I feel like that's a lot of announcements. I feel like that's the church announcement. Hey, our cousin. Hey, Cynthia. How are you? Where you watching from? I think you're still in Addison. I don't know, but tell us where you're watching from. We got a reason for asking this question. All right, so Rosa, we're here, and our goal is just to really check in with people and see how they're doing, see if there's anything that we can help them with. Why do you think having moments like this is so important?
Well, I think it's important because people need to understand they're not alone. They're
Yeah,
not in this struggle alone. In the past, I'm going to go back maybe 5 years with COVID and all the things that have happened, all the recent school shootings.
yeah,
People have struggled in silence. And I think it's important for people to know they're not alone.
they
There
are
are
not.
people that are available to support you. So that's
Yeah.
why I think that's important.
It is important. And and the one thing I promise you I have had to learn in the last week or so, maybe last month or so, that if you feel like you're drowning in any area of life, whether it's emotionally, financially, spiritually, like you're off kilter and you're not connecting, don't be afraid to yell help. Don't be
Mhm.
afraid to ask for it. Sometimes as much as we love people, Rosa, and as much as we try and be in tune, sometimes because everybody got something, right? Everybody got something going
Mhm.
on. And sometimes when my something is so big in my face, I may miss that your something has got you acting a little bit strange. And
Yep.
so our goal is to try and create relationships that we understand each other's language. We can tell, oh,
Mhm.
something's going wrong, something's off, what's
Mhm.
happening. And I think that that's what I really want to help build in community. That one, people are comfortable enough to say help, right?
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
two, that we're all in a position to provide that help. Like I don't think that anybody will watch a child or watch one of their sisters or even one of our brothers drowning and not do everything in their power, especially if they scream help.
Mhm. Mhm.
Especially, and so we're here to make sure that you realize that there is a lifeline available to you. Now, we may not have all the answers, but Rose, I believe between the two of us and the rest of the SOAR team, we know enough people.
We know enough people to who
Listen,
to go to for help.
even if we just call our family,
Yeah.
I have an uncle in Saginaw, he'll find a way to fix
Oh, yeah.
and
I
cook you
agree with that. I
and
think
cook you
that's
some
so
tea
key. Yeah,
cake.
I think that's so key, Val, what you said. Say help, ask for help. Sometimes we might miss those signs, like you say, because I'm so caught up in what's going on in my life. I may not see that, Val said something that was a little off. That ain't like her. That's not her character. And we should live a life so that when we're off, somebody should be able to recognize that in us, even when we don't recognize it in ourselves. So I think that's why that's so important. And I
Yeah,
think with the technology, I think when we couldn't be in the room together, even with the technology to be able to be on camera and look at your brothers or sisters and you see that heaviness weighted on them, you can say, okay, something's going on. Something's not right with her. So I think
absolutely.
that's so important.
It's so good. And you know what? The thing that, and I, when we talk about relationships, that's why it's so important to build relationships that are, so let me back up. I think that sometimes need to understand that there are different type of relationships, right? So there's
Hmm.
a relationship where um, you're giving, almost like
Hmm.
a childlike type of relationship, right? Children require a lot
Hmm.
from us, and for us to try as adults to try and get something from children, they may give you a hug, they may draw you a little picture, but you understand that that relationship is specifically about you giving. And then there's other relationships where you're specifically in a position where somebody is pouring into you. Then you gotta have, and I think this
Hmm.
is where we slightly miss it sometimes. We gotta have those peer-to-peer relationships where I can trust
Hmm.
you with my issues. I can trust you with the thoughts that a child may look at me and say, "What are you talking about?" Or somebody senior may because they base it off of their experience may want to judge it. And so we got to build trusted relationships.
Yes, yes, yes. People have to
Trusted
feel that they
relationships
can be vulnerable. I can be vulnerable with you and be safe.
and be safe. And
Yeah,
then when I feel safe, when you even have to correct me, I don't take it the wrong way because I'm safe with you.
right,
You know,
right.
so if we're driving and you look at me and say, "Girl, put your seatbelt on," I don't take it offensively because I know I'm in a trusted relationship. I
Mhm.
think that's good. Well, I think that's good. We need to
Yeah.
just start paying more attention to trusting the relationships that we've been gifted.
Mhm.
When I started to look at my relationships as gifts,
Mhm. Mhm.
then I process it a little bit better. But before we go too far, I think
Okay.
I want to highlight we got some people in here, so make sure you tell us where you're from. You got to tell us where you from. When you come in, tell us where you are from. And so, Rosa, it looks like Diesel, and I know we call her a name, and I don't know if she want us to say what we call her, but it looks like she may have been our first person to join us on today. So we want to give
Yay!
her a hand clap. And not only
Yay!
do we want to give her a hand clap, but Rosa, you want to tell her?
Yes, hold on. I got a little gift here for you. Now, don't mind the bag, but I have a gift here for you, and I'm gonna pull it out because you were my first one on. Can you see the bag?
Woo! All right, Miss Boo. She said I could call her Miss Boo.
Now I'm gonna pull it out just to show everybody. Just a nice little purse.
Woo! She
So
said,
I'm
"Yeah,
going to be
I love
sending that
gifts."
to you. So
Yes.
Val, we need to make sure I get her address, and these will go out in the mail on Monday.
Okay.
And then also with your purse, you get a nice little journal. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "God is with her; she will not fall." And that comes from Psalms 46:5. So I'm going to be putting that in the mail to you, Thazelle. So thank you for being prompt and on time and the first one to join.
Yes. Cool beans. So I want to jump back into that conversation, and I see you guys coming in. Let's see. Cynthia is from Lombard, Illinois, and then hey, Kia is from Louisiana watching.
Hi,
Oh,
Louisiana
yes,
in the
so
house.
glad to have you on. So we're gonna keep having everybody chime in. We got something to say to you guys. So one of the things we want to start with, Rosa, and I'm hoping everybody will feel open enough to just share their thoughts, is just in this season of your life, what do you, and we got the check in, but in this season in your life, what are you giving yourself permission to feel at this point in your life? Because I think, Rosa, sometimes, and I realize, and I tell people this because a lot of people are like, I don't want to cry. And I'll be like, no, God gave us tears for a reason. It's
Mm,
okay to be in a season where you want to cry. It's okay to be in a season where you and I talked about this earlier this week. It's okay to be in a season where you're not okay, but
right,
together we just can't leave you that way. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And so I am, for me, and then I'll let you share, and hopefully people will share in the chat. I am I'm giving myself permission to um well, cry. I've been crying, but that's the thing. I've been giving myself permission to unpack what I don't know. Right. So let me give you an example of what I mean. Since I moved to Georgia, I realized I don't know how to make friends. Like my
Mm,
friendships were already given to me. I mean, I got 50 cousins on my daddy's side, 50 cousins on my mama's side. And all of them bring their cousins. And then we
mm,
got our church relationships. And so now that I'm living in a new state, I have to be vulnerable enough and honest enough with myself to feel that vulnerability, that
mm.
I need to understand like what like how do I make friends, and I'm in search of that. So What are you giving yourself permission to feel, Rosa?
I'm giving myself permission to grow my ministry of no, learning how to say no. So that's my ministry. It's a complete sentence. It doesn't require an explanation. It is no, and
Yeah.
sometimes you have to say no. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed, you get caught up in things, and
Yeah.
your life just become a shambles. So for
You know
me,
what?
it's
When you said no, I wanted to share this because one of my big bosses in the company, he just talked to us a few months ago about no, and I think I made a post about it. And he says, take the negativity out of no. No, the end is giving notice.
yeah.
Notice that I'm not available. I can't do this. And then O gives them an opportunity to find another way.
I know that's right. I love that. I love
Yeah, and so I know that for us, when we say no, especially when we know when we feel like people are depending on us, like they won't it won't happen if I don't do it. Yes, it will.
yeah.
They will find another way if you stand firm on your no. And Rosa, what I realized, I had to give myself permission to tell myself no.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, I had to tell myself no from a financial standpoint. No, you don't need that. From an emotional standpoint, no, don't process that like that. I had to give
Hmm.
myself permission to say no. Don't hold that cry in. Let that thing
Hmm.
out, and then
Yeah.
be free to move on. And so I just think that we have got to be okay that whatever season we are in our lives, it's okay to be there because it does in the end, it works out for good. It's
Hmm.
either going to be a lesson or a blessing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
She said, yes, Rosa, that's been my struggle for life and I'm getting better at it. I mean, well, but I have to do what's best for me and my mental. Yeah. And one of the
Absolutely.
things for mental is putting up boundaries.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Veronica is giving herself permission to show up and bring joy. All right, Joy Bells.
Amen. We need some joy in the world today.
We do. We do.
Need that
Um,
joy.
why do you feel like, Rosa, just between us or anybody in the chat want to share, you can share. Why do you think it's so difficult for us to give ourselves permission to just be human?
We don't want to be judged. We feel like people will judge us if we're just our real authentic self because many times we show up in situations as a representative of who we want people to see us as.
Oh, that's
And
good.
so when they see the real us, we feel vulnerable and we don't want to feel that vulnerability. But I think that in this season, we have to learn that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's
Yeah,
okay, and I have this saying, what other people think about me is none of my business. That's their
yeah.
business.
It's
So
their
I have
business.
to be true to me,
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and even when you know what I've come to what they think, it gives me an opportunity to do an inventory of myself, make sure I didn't put that out there, and if I
Mhm.
didn't, I go to sleep. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I go to
Yep.
sleep because I
Yeah.
do know that sometimes we can do things in unaware. And
Mm.
but what I'm not going to encourage anybody to do is to go around in life trying to get people to see I'm a good person. Either they're going to see it through your works and your actions or
Yeah.
they're not. I don't You can break your back for people, and if they got you in their mind as one way, you won't. It will take God to make them change. It will take a
Mhm.
major life experience to make them change, and I just
Mhm.
realized I don't have to win people over to me. Either they're going to love me or they're not. And that's difficult sometimes because you really want to always put your best foot forward with people. And so I don't know if Rosa is frozen, but you want to put your best foot forward with people, and you hope that that foot is the foot they can see. But we just don't have time. Like, I don't mean to be harsh, but and I, I've always laughed at this statement, but I understood what they're saying is people are dying that have never died before. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and we don't have time
Oh
for the
yeah.
other. Yeah. And so, Rosa,
Yeah.
when we were
That's
talking,
good.
one of the things you were saying is you start off with um some I am statements. And so you want to just kind of give some insight on what you were meaning by that? Uh-oh, did I lose her?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now, Val?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we were just frozen there for a second. Um, so one of the things that
Uh-oh, Rosa. I don't know if it's me frozen or you frozen. If you guys are in the chat, can you?
enough,
Okay, you know
you have
what?
to
I don't. One of us is freezing, and I'm not sure which one of us is. Okay, so it is Rosa. Okay, Rosa.
you all hear me?
I can hear you
Can you hear me,
now.
Val?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. They're saying you're freezing. So while Rosa is getting coming back in, one of the things that she and I were discussing and she put together was just affirming yourself through I am statements. And so it's okay. I know we've been taught you got to be humble, let another man praise you. Yes, we can let other people praise us, but the fact of the matter is the fact of the matter. And so, if you don't mind and you can, just put something in the chat that says what you am. Like, I am loving, I am kind, I am compassionate, I am intelligent, I am a survivor. I am, and whatever that I am is, you have to affirm yourself through I am statements, and it has to ring louder than the noise of other people. It has to ring louder than the noise of the naysayers, or even sometimes, y'all, it has to ring louder than okay, yep, I'm gonna take this one down and then hopefully she can come back up. It has to read louder than what family members have categorized you as. Rosa?
Yep, I'm back. I don't
Okay,
know
cool,
what's
cool,
going
cool. Go
on with this
ahead.
connection. I was just saying that one of the things I really wanted to share with everybody listening today is that you've got to choose in your life who you're going to be. You've got to choose to want to be the best you. And so, some of the affirmation statements that I wanted to share with you all today is you've got to say to yourself, I am good enough.
Yeah,
Regardless of what everybody else think, I am good enough. I
yeah.
am smart enough. Don't let people label you. Because,
That's
like I
good.
said before, what you think about me is not my business. That's your opinion. But I
Yeah,
know who I am. You got to know that you're strong enough.
yeah,
Every day that you wake up, you're strong enough to make it through whatever it is you're going to be challenged with on that day. You've got to know that you're pretty enough. I don't care how many pounds you put on, I don't care how gray your hair gets. You've got to know I'm pretty enough. I am enough. I'm kind enough. You got to
yeah,
be able to show kindness to people because what you sow in the world, that's what you're going to reap. So
yeah,
be kind enough to people so that they are comfortable with you, so that you can create that safe space for people to be vulnerable. Know that you're already successful enough. Every day
Woo.
you get up, whatever thing you choose to accomplish, even if you don't accomplish it in the way you feel, you're still successful because you had a thought,
Yeah,
you had a plan, you tried to enact it, and it may not go the way you want to, but you're still successful because there are so many people laying in the grave today that have full potentials that they never, ever were able to realize because they were scared to take that first step. You're
yeah.
talented enough.
I
There
am
is
talented enough.
there is something for everybody to do, whether it's sweeping, cooking, sewing, cleaning, whether it's encouraging, whether it's giving a hug, whether it's just being positive, showing up, just
Showing up.
showing up. Know that you're more than enough. You
Yeah.
are more than enough. You're important. There is somebody in this world that needs you, and
Yeah.
you got to be able to show up for them.
Yeah.
No, here's the one I love. You're more than they expected.
Oh,
Who are
that's
they?
good.
People in the world. You're more than what they expected. That's why
Yeah.
people are intimidated by us sometimes, because we're more than enough. We're more than they ever expected us to be. Who would have ever thought that a black man could be the president?
Yeah.
More than what they thought.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
when you think about Olympic champions, some of those people are more than what people thought they would be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something I want you all to embrace daily. Affirm to yourself, I am more than enough. I
Yeah.
am more than they expected. And they
Yeah.
know what? I'm coming in the room. I'm bringing the table with me. I'm setting the table. I'm putting the finest china out. Those are your thoughts, your
Yeah.
ideas, the things you want to do. Don't be limited by what other people think about you. So those were some of the things that for me, when it came to how do I encourage my sisters, whether I know them or not, how do I encourage other people? By just simply telling them, you are enough. You got to
You are.
give yourself permission to say, I am enough. I am more than enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anybody want to chime in on any
Yeah, I mean, they have been chiming in. You know what? When you said that I am more than what they expected, that is so huge because sometimes people look at when you talked about the Olympics, right? I believe it
Mhm.
was Wilma Rudolph who had
Mm,
a health issue, and according to that, just looking at the her issue would in our minds would disqualify her, but it
mhm,
didn't. You know what I'm saying? There are so many people that I have been reading on that have dyslexia learning, they learn different and all of that kind of stuff, but yet they're some of the most successful people in the earth. And so when you say this, and I want to really harp on this for a minute, I am enough to get me to the next point. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
I am
mhm,
enough for right here and right now. I can add to myself, right? I can
mhm,
enhance myself, but I should never be critical. And this is to men, women, boys, and girls who's ever watching. I should not be critical of myself for where I am right now. However, I
yes.
am right now, I am enough to either build upon or to thrive. So many times, and
Mhm,
I do know we survive a lot, but excuse me, I'm looking for that thriving. Sometimes
mhm,
like when you're driving and you got to stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. But then there gets a point where you can put on cruise and you could just glide. And that's what I want everybody to know. I am enough for right in this moment. And sometimes what happens is we get beat up in our thoughts and in our minds about what I should have did when I was
yeah.
in high school, what I should have did when I was in college. If I had just did that, that relationship would have worked. It may have and it may not have, but whatever, you are enough for
Mhm.
right now. Today, September, what is it? The 17th? September the 17th.
17.
I am enough for what I have been given to face on today. I got enough laughter. I got enough joy. I got enough
Yeah.
peace. Then if
Yeah.
we go
Yeah.
material, I got enough
Yep.
food. He's my daily bread. And so that's why he doesn't want me to worry about how I'm
Daily.
going to show up
Daily.
Monday. I'm enough for this Saturday right now. And if we
Mhm,
were to live like that, we get so much strength and so much. Back to that car, right,
mhm,
Rosa? Have you ever driven on a hill, especially
mhm.
like Nashville and North Carolina in those mountains, and you feel the car pulling, but you're still chucking along? But after a while, you get to the top of the mountain and you just,
Yeah.
you know. And so I want to really stress that today as we check in with everybody that you are enough, and it doesn't matter who felt you weren't enough. Sometimes in relationships, men and women, people will leave and say,
Yeah. Yeah.
that we just weren't clicking. I was looking for something else. Just because they look for something else don't mean you wasn't a meal. You understand what I'm saying? It may just be that their appetite was just different. And I know that's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
picture, but that doesn't mean something wrong with us.
that's right. That's right.
I
That's
am
right.
enough. I like that.
And
Thank
that's
you for
why,
sharing that.
yeah, that's why you have to say, that's why you have to know it. It ain't for somebody else to know that you're enough. It's for you to know it. Because when
Yeah,
you know it, then you move differently with people. Because if they can't receive your enough, then you got to move on. You can't be stuck there.
yeah.
Know that
So,
you are enough.
yeah,
To meeting else today, know that you are enough and you're more than they expected you to be. That's the part
yeah,
that excites me. You're more than
yeah.
they expected. You are,
And can I share this?
yeah,
And sometimes when we talk about that expectation, right? Sometimes the labels that people put on you, they didn't always mean it in a hurtful way. It was their
right.
limited knowledge. It was their limited viewpoint. You know, anybody that can't see far, they're only going to talk about what they
Yeah,
see up
yeah, yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so you've even got to let those
Right.
people go and let them be free to
Mhm.
see what they see. But that don't block
Right.
what you see.
Yep.
Shouldn't block what you know. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
that's good. So all this week, I want everybody to just find you an I am affirmation. We just gave you some samples of the ones that you can use, but
Hmm.
really know it's not that we're lying to ourselves. We're not lying to ourselves.
Hmm.
I am good enough. I woke up this morning, and some people,
Hmm.
you got pressures of medical issues, you got pressures of children, pressures of where you live, and the fact
Yeah.
that you woke up and decided to keep pressing. Come on,
Yeah.
let's celebrate.
Yeah.
I have some pom poms. I do a rah, rah.
I know that's enough right there to make you shout, ain't it? It's
Yeah,
like because you think about, we living in a world. If you've had a friend that just died unexpectedly, suddenly, you've got somebody who just walked out of your life suddenly. So many losses in different areas: loss of a job, loss of a home. Life can be snuffed out in a second. But you think about, God woke me up this morning. I'm
yeah.
enough.
I'm
I'm
enough.
enough to accomplish the goal he set for me today. I am enough.
Yeah,
And I'm not in competition with Val.
yeah,
I am in support of her. Everything she do, I'm her rah-rah cheerleader. And
yeah,
that's what we have to be for each other. We're
yeah,
not in competition with each other. We
yeah.
are supposed to uplift each other, encourage each other, correct each other in love, support each other, you know.
Absolutely,
And so if we get out of that competition mode, I don't want to compare, oh, well, she got this. But you know what? You don't know what she went through to get what she has. You
yeah, yeah.
don't know. So you got to be mindful of that and know that I'm enough. What
I'm.
I'm doing is enough. And
It's
don't
not.
compare yourself to other people. That's a part of the check in from a mental standpoint, because how many of you know that you can drive yourself crazy trying to live up to other people's expectations when that's not your full potential? You might
Absolutely,
meet their expectation, but that may not be your full potential. So
absolutely.
we're not in competition with each other. We're here to support each other. And
Yeah,
that's the question. What can we do to support you through this process, through this challenge you might be facing, through this storm? Because my pastor preached on Sunday, when it comes to a storm, you're in one of three positions. You're in a storm, you're going through a storm, or you just came out of the storm. You're
yeah,
in one of those positions. What can we do to support you through that?
yeah,
What can you do to support yourself through the storm, in
yeah.
the storm, or when you've come out of your storm? And those are things you have to be mindful of, because there's not a person living that's not in one of those three
One of those
positions.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
and I'm here to tell you, and I might if I thought I could do a backwards flip and get right back up, I do one. But I'm gonna sit right here and let my mind tumble. One thing for sure about a storm, it does not last
Not
forever.
always.
It does not. I cannot tell you how many times I have been driving and the rain was coming down so heavy until I couldn't see. And I kept either I'm going to pull over or I'm going to keep trucking. And then you drive to a patch where it's dry. I mean, the rain hadn't even hit it. And you're like, what? What in the world? And so it is just so encouraging to know that if you can just keep going. Now keep going and say to somebody, hey, can I get under your umbrella? Can I get in your car? Can I do this? But we just gotta keep going because you are enough. I promise you are. I promise you are. So that was good. One of the things that we also discussed, and we have to be very careful with pride, and we have to be. I know we're saying, talk to people, but you got to be wise. You can't talk to everybody. Now, just don't get on the bullhorn and just
Mhm.
at work on your phone and just go on the intercom and be like, hey, this is what my house got. You got to be selective in who you talk to. And I mean, you don't have to have the greatest level of education to see how people are. If people coming to you with everybody business, then they're gonna do the same thing with your business. If people are messy and gossipy, why would you share your stuff with them? You got to find somebody that you're doing life with that has proven. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "Mark the perfect man," and not so much that the man is perfect, but that he has integrity. He is ethical. Find those people, and those are the people you share with. Now, we were looking right at stuff that people can do, and I know this slide is going to say teens, but I'm going to say this: there's a teen and a kid in all of us, and we can use these pointers. So I want to pull this up. So take that teen out, and just say 5 tips to cope with stress. One, the biggest one: get some
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
Sleep. The body is rejuvenated with rest and sleep. I told somebody, I said, Jesus went to
Yes.
sleep first, then he told the storm to peace be still. There are things
Mhm.
that God allows the body to do while we're sleeping. So I've even gotten, for years now, go to sleep without the TV on so your brain can stop, so it can stop moving, so it can just
Mhm.
relax, recharge. And if you're like me, sometimes those quick breaks, those quick naps, Rosa, will snap you right back into a place. But we've got to get some rest. We got to go on some vacations, and
Oh, absolutely.
oh, even if it's a staycation, right, Rosa? Yeah, sometimes those staycations will put your phone on mute. I had somebody crack it up because one day me and Ronnie, we we drove just to the Indiana state line, and somebody called me, and I was like, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm out of town. And then I was out of town. I did go to Indiana. I
Yep.
mean, we went there by mistake. We missed the turn, and we turned right back around, and we was in Illinois. But I was in Indiana, and sometimes you got to do whatever you got to do to get some rest. Now you got to get rest because you've done something. You can't sleep always. You can't just
Yeah.
sleep problems away. You can't eat
Yeah.
problems away. That rest is to recharge us. It's similar to plugging in a phone and letting its battery charge. The next thing is focus on your strengths. So many times we spend so
Right.
much thought focusing on what we don't know how to do, but what do you know how to do? And Rosa, I'm at a point in my life, I'm not
Mhm.
going to let nobody belittle me of what I don't know how to do, because what I know how to do, oh, I can do that well. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because
focus on your
everybody
strengths.
is not meant to do everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody is
And
not
if we
meant to
all
do
did the same thing, then
everything.
something would be lacking.
So I don't have to know how I don't know how to do well. I need to reach out to the people well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So get some
Yeah.
sleep, focus on your
Yeah.
strength, do things that make you happy. What makes you happy? And don't let anybody guilt you out of the things that legally and morally make you happy. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't going no further.
Yeah.
Do things that make you happy. Next thing is engage in physical activity. Now, this is where all of us can get better. We need to
Absolutely.
get up. Yeah,
Hmm.
move those bodies, move those joints. Sometimes when I'm at work, I'll just move my feet back and forth because I sit so long, or I'll get up
Hmm.
and just take a walk. Stop sending the kids to get everything. You go down them stairs so you can get them joints moving.
That's so true, Val. And sometimes, since we've been working from home, it's easy to get stuck in the house. Get up
Yeah,
and go outside, even if it's to walk to the end of the mail, into the end of the driveway, go to the mailbox, walk to the corner and come back. But being able to get that fresh air is so important. So get up and move. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to walk a 5K. Just do something. Move your body. Get up and move.
yeah. You don't have, if you're not ready for it, you don't have to get a gym membership. Just walk in your house. Listen, Apostle Perry Williams, my uncle, that man gets in 10,000 steps or more every day. And sometimes it's just him walking up and down the steps. God bless him. I love him so much.
Mm.
I ain't got to that point yet. I'm going to get there though. I'm going to get there. And then lastly, talk to someone. Do not have a full blown conversation in your brain by yourself without downloading that to somebody. You've got to
Right.
be able to talk to somebody and let them hear your thoughts. And so go to sleep, focus on your strengths, do what makes you happy, engage in physical activity, and talk to somebody. If you just
Mhm.
start there, if you just start there, so sometimes it's just about the starting, right? I think in our brains, we've created this, it's too hard. It's not too hard to sleep.
Mhm.
It's not too hard to focus on the things you're good at. You're good
Mhm.
at something. Focus on that. Do what makes you happy. Sometimes I remember me and my sister would jump in the car and just go get some
Mhm.
overwipes.
Mhm.
Well, that made us happy. Engage in physical activity and talk to somebody. It's so
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
It's so good.
It
So,
really
Rosa,
is.
I
It
think
really is.
I want everybody that hasn't said it now, just tell us where you're watching from. There's a reason. I think we got one person that's from
I
Louisiana.
saw
So,
Louisiana. Yeah.
yep. Anybody else want to tell us where you're watching from? And while they're doing that, oh Lord, look at here. Anybody want to while we're doing that, Rosa, we just want to remind everybody that at SOAR, we're not specialists or experts. But what I will tell you is we've got a network that is so powerful that if you don't know where to start or you need help, you just visit our email, our website. Let us know how we can help you, how we can support you. But even if you don't reach out to us, look on your five fingers. I want you to really look at your network and determine who is encouraging me, who have I encouraged, who in my family can I talk to, have I created somebody like professionally, like for example, Rosa, if I'm about to buy something computer wise, I've created relationships with coworkers at my job that are in IT. I ask them, I don't stress about it. Hey,
Mhm.
look, when you get a second, take a look at this link, tell me if this is a good buy I can buy for my home. We've got people in our network, we just don't really utilize them. Hi, my auntie. I'm sorry. Hi, my auntie from Alabama. Love you. And so you may already, we may already have the people that we need in our network. We just gotta let pride die. Somebody said, do it afraid. Even if you gotta shake while you're
Yeah.
talking to them, it's okay.
Mhm. It's
You got
okay.
it. It's okay. It's okay.
Mhm.
So, Rosa, I think we're gonna give away two more things, and then we're gonna let everybody have their Saturday back.
Yep, I got a
So,
couple more.
I think
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
let's see. The furthest, so I saw Louisiana, I saw Alabama, and I saw Tulsa. So what do you think? I'll be
So
honest,
let's do this.
Val.
I know my Tosa sister, so we gonna hold off on her. We gonna bless her another time. Ain't that
Okay.
right, Adrian? So let's do
Okay.
this. Kia, are you still on? Are you still on from Louisiana? And then our most seasoned viewer is from Alabama.
Okay. So let's
Lakia, are
see.
you still
So
on?
for our Louisiana guest, is she still on?
I'm gonna see.
I do.
I'm
Can
not
you
sure,
see? Is she
but
still
I hope that
on?
this, while Rosa is pulling this all together and we're waiting on Kia to respond, I hope this has been helpful to people that are watching. Let us know in the chat if this has been helpful and if you would like for us to do more check-ins. We're going to do a check-in with the guys only. The guys, they busy, and the guys session may not last as long as this combined one, but we're gonna make sure we get some guys together to check in with the men. So Lakia, I know how to get in contact with her. So Rosa, if you want to show Lakia what she's won.
Okay, so this is Lakia's gift. So let me I'll pull it out the bag. So
Woo! Sorry,
Lakia's
Adrian.
gift. So courtesy of Coach, and it's just a nice little navy blue wristlet. So
Okay.
to hold her stuff. And then I also have a journal for her, and it says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." So that's for Lakia. So Val, you give me her address, and I'll get in the mail. And then for our seasoned viewer from
Our most
Alabama,
seasoned viewer.
Val's aunt. uh, This is just a bag of goodies. It's got a lot of different things in here. So this one has an actual wellness journal. And in this wellness journal, you can document things like, I took time for myself today. I wrote in my journal, what were my goals? What were my acts of kindness? So it has all kind of little things you can do for your wellness. There's a little plaque. It says, make happiness a habit. Mug
Oh, we're freezing
in
again.
here, a candle. I've got a
Okay.
book. I've got some hand lotion, some sanitizer. So we'll get that mailed out to Val's aunt in Alabama.
Yes. So I mean, great stuff. It was some
So
great.
congrats. So if you want to just one more, Val. So you tell me what we want to do. I got one more.
One more. Okay, here we go. Ruth Barnes from Markham, Illinois. Let's give her something.
Ruth Barnes. Okay. Okay. And hers will be very similar to the one for your aunt. It'll have a wellness journal. Her plaque in hers says, grateful for the small things, the big things, and every little thing in between. There's a candle in there for you. There is some hand sanitizer. There's a coffee mug that says, be present, not perfect. Just be
Oh, that's
present.
good. That's
So
perfect
we'll
for
get
Ruth.
that out. We'll get that. Yep, Val, you just give me the
So,
address of those mail.
so let's do
So
this.
I wanted to, I asked Val if I could do those gifts.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Val.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, for the people on the call, I just want to say I wanted to do those small gifts because I wanted you to know that you are enough. I wanted to do those gifts as a personal thank you for taking the time to join us today. So just know that when I picked those out, I did them with great intention. Didn't know who was going to receive them, but I did them with great intention. So I just want to say thank you for that. Go ahead, Val.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rosa. Thank you for all of you that took out time on a Saturday afternoon to join us. Those of you, I'll be text me your address. She's gonna put that in the mail to you on Monday. We are grateful.
Yeah.
Listen, I believe it just all it takes is a little spark to get everybody going. We've all endured so much. I mean, if we were to gather everybody's experience on this thing, we'd have a 9 season drama, comedy, horror, whatever we could. But now we're just sharing how to be able to come through and how to learn and glean from what others have gone to. So we're just checking in. Don't wait for us to check in. Make sure you realize you can always yell help, and we will be right here to assist you. So we will be back. Thank y'all so much for watching. You are so welcome, my auntie. I love you so much. Miss Boo, I love you. Adrian, you know I love you. You know I got to go to the Coach store and get you something now. I'm gonna make sure Adrian Garrett gift, and then we'll make sure the little kid get it. So be on the lookout. Go to our website. Like I stated earlier, we've got some fundraiser things going on. And so, guys, we are a nonprofit organization. We don't have tithes and offering. We do have some people that give monthly to make sure that we meet the needs of people in the community. We have been benevolent drives. We have been stuff for children, Mothers and Father's Day. And we want to continue to do those things. So if you want to help us, go to the website and be a participant, or you can reach out to us on our page and say, I want information on how to participate. Or if you're looking from somewhere to donate, you can set it up in our system where you can be a recurring giver. We are definitely working on things. You'll see something soon. We were able last week, two of our other team members, Veronica and Rosalind, went into on the west side of Chicago, and they brought Let the Music Move You Day to the kids. And so they were able to paint and move to the music while they were painting. And then we brought in another teenager to come in, and she taught them a dance move, and they were so excited. So we're doing great things, and we're utilizing people and making sure that they know that they are enough. So if you want to partner with us, or you think that we are somewhere that is good ground, please. So we appreciate you all. Be on the lookout. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon. God bless you. Listen, next time we talk, God willing, to say the same, we're probably going to be in a new month, but make sure you finish September strong. October will take care of the stuff that needs to be taken care of in October, but just be enough for the rest of September. All right, everybody, have a good one. Thank you, Rosa.
Bye. My pleasure.